edition of Pocono Mountains Magazine. River views, historic ruins, easy access to small towns. This unique trail has to go on your summer bucket list.
Plus, we'll get to ride the rails in a whole new way in the Poconos this year.
And lions and tigers and bears, come take a walk on the wild side as we visit this family-friendly animal park.
And we're going racing in 2021. The green flag is out and it's full capacity at Pocono Raceway for the doubleheader this month. Hi everyone, welcome to the June edition of Pocono Mountains Magazine. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Hamill.
And I'm Brianna Strunk.
And we are here at Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle, and one of the rites of passage for June is NASCAR weekend here at Pocono.
That's right, we hope you'll join us June 25th to the 27th. It is the big NASCAR doubleheader here at the Tricky Triangle, and the finale on Sunday, explore the Pocono Mountains 350.
Looking very much forward to that, Brianna, and exploring the Poconos as well. That's really a great segue to getting people outdoors and experiencing everything that our four-county region has to offer, whether it be here at Pocono Raceway or any of the other wonderful attractions throughout the Poconos. And I'm going to go racing in just a little bit.
Yeah, stick with us. We can't wait to see Jim get in one of these and show off what he's got.
Yeah, but first, we want to find out what's been making headlines in the Poconos. Last weekend was the unofficial kickoff to summer, and Fox 56 visited businesses in and around Stroudsburg to get a feel for the summer tourism season ahead. And so far, there's a lot of optimism.
We've already seen more people coming to the area now that things are opening up again.
NASCAR is getting ready to welcome back spectators with no capacity limits, like at the Pocono Raceway in Pennsylvania.
Fox News dropped by the Tricky Triangle and neighboring businesses to talk all about full capacity being back at the track for the highly anticipated 2021 NASCAR doubleheader. More on that in just a few minutes.
A larger-than-life art exhibit in Wayne County got its yearly reset.
WNEP-TV was there when the new works of art were being installed on the Great Wall of Honesdale. This year, the outdoor art exhibit downtown features some bright, vibrant colors from local artists.
This company, they opened the doors for me. Gave me an opportunity to build myself back up, and that's exactly what I did.
WNEP-TV highlighted the successes of Pocono 3C, which employs individuals who are homeless or at risk of becoming homeless to clean roads throughout Monroe County. So far, nearly 30 participants have saved up enough money to secure their own apartment or found full-time employment, thanks to this partnership between the Waste Authority, Street to Feet, and the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau. The Philadelphia Inquirer published this piece on places to stay in the Poconos. From historic mansions to water park resorts and everything in between, there's no shortage of award-winning properties across the region.
Staying in Philly, Philadelphia Magazine has featured the Poconos as its cover story for June, looking at more than 250 different places to stay, play, eat, and relax for your best getaway ever. Look for the issue on newsstands and online soon. Welcome back, I'm Jim Hamill, and as we mentioned, we're here at Pocono Raceway at Long Pond, and believe it or not, you can actually get behind the wheel of one of these babies. Stock car racing experience at Pocono Raceway lets you feel the speed, and we are going to take you for a little ride here, test this baby out, and show you what it's all about. If you have a need for speed, Pocono Raceway has it all, from the track to the stands. NASCAR fans get to experience it all again this season, the last weekend in June, for the only NASCAR doubleheader of the year.
We're so thrilled that fans will be in the stands, our partners will be in attendance, and folks will be able to visit the local restaurants, visit the bar, visit the wineries in the area, the Kalahari's, the Camelback.
That's the idea for the second big race of the weekend. Sunday's Explore the Pocono Mountains 350, bringing families out to the Poconos to enjoy all the great attractions from all the corners of the region. The Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau is sponsoring the race, and the sweepstakes for one lucky fan who will officially start the race and get a whole lot more.
If you're selected for that by registering online for the sweepstakes, you can actually wave the green flag and start the race. So that's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Want to enter to win? Head to PoconoRaceway.com/sweepstakes. The grand prize includes tickets, a stay at Kalahari Resorts and Conventions for 4 nights, and lots more.
The Pocono Mountains is the place to be, right? It was hot and it's going to be hot, and I think it's going to be packed. So, I'd invite folks watching and listening to, come out and grab a room at Kalahari, go to Bushkill, visit Barley Creek, go to Blue Ridge Winery, come to the racetrack, and really just take everything in that we're doing here. I mean, the 4-county region that makes up the Pocono Mountains is a really special place.
On the edge, slide your feet in.
In order to get ready for the Explore the Pocono Mountains 350, yours truly had the chance to get behind the wheel of an actual stock car at the Tricky Triangle, one of the many exciting opportunities you can experience right here in the Poconos.
Training, there's instructors, you get to wear a cool fire suit, helmets, it's the real deal.
And it is the real deal. In order to keep its clean safety record, the stock car racing experience puts you through training and a passenger seat ride-along going nearly 200 miles an hour. Then, finally, it was my turn to hit the track, and off pit road I went, reaching speeds I've never hit before in my own car, and doubt I ever will.
You can actually drive a real race car here in the Pocono Mountains. And we also have sling cars, which are 3-wheel, that you can drive all throughout the Poconos off the track. So where can you really go that you can drive a real race car?
And this year, the stands at Pocono Raceway will be allowed at full capacity. Kids 12 and under are free. And when the green flag flies for the NASCAR doubleheader here, it will be marking a return to something our region knows best: open racing and full-scale Pocono hospitality for 2021 and beyond. Jim Hamill for the Pocono Television Network.
Hola, we're here at Edge of the Woods Outfitters, and we're going to learn all about river safety and how to have a great experience.
Let's throw that on.
We visited Edge of the Woods Outfitters, and we talked with Chuck, the owner, about what are the must safety measures we need to consider when we go to the river.
River safety comes down to one thing, that is wear your life jacket. If you're going to be boating or swimming or walking along the side, you're going to definitely want to have a properly fitted life jacket on your body at all times.
Can you bring your own life jacket?
Absolutely you can. If it's a Coast Guard approved life jacket, it is perfectly safe, and as long as it fits you properly, it's going to keep you safe out there on the river.
What are other things that people should know to be safe in the river?
Well, there's a couple rules that you want to follow when you're out there. First of all, you always want to have a buddy with you. Never swim alone. Never try and swim across the river. It's a lot farther than it looks, and the current is going to carry you down. It's very strong. It's stronger than it looks. Also, if you're wading, you could be wading in the river in waist deep water. If you take one more step, it could drop off and suddenly be over your head, and the current would be carrying you out. So all of these reasons, just if you have your life jacket on, you'll be perfectly safe out there, but it could be dangerous if you don't.
Is there something else that people are normally not cautious about?
I think alcohol use is a big one. So
why is that?
Well, because the sun amplifies the effects of alcohol.
Here are some other things you need to take with you to the river.
Other than a life jacket, you want to have something on your feet. Also, some sun protection, hat, sunglasses, sunscreen. If you're worried about bugs, it's good to have bug spray if you go out there, and definitely drinks and snacks.
We went to the river and we found Sandra kayaking with her son Andrew.
Getting out in a river is really important that we make sure the weather is good, take a look at the currents, and make sure you have your safety vest on. It's really important to wear them because at any point the currents will pick up and you could get tossed in. You could lose balance of your kayak and fall into the river, and that could be deadly. My son and I, we always wear a vest. I do hope that people understand that safety is important, and sometimes you may think that it will not happen to you or to someone that you love, and it could very well be you or someone that you care about.
Don't underestimate the river. Your safety comes first. Last year, I lost a shoe in the river, and I wanted to swim after it, but I didn't. Your life vest is your best companion. Cristina Luna for Pocono Television Network.
Still to come on Pocono Mountains Magazine, we're going to summer camp. One of the biggest industries in our area is welcoming kids back in droves this year. Find out what it's going to take to make this season happen.
River views, historic ruins, and access to our small town. What more could you want from a trail? Find out where we are coming up next.
It's time to get out. Enjoy the weather. Take that vacation. You need it. It's all right here in the Pocono Mountains. Enjoy adventures. Be wet and wild. Play the slots. Take a relaxing hike.
Don't miss Explore the Pocono Mountains 350. It's the green flag for 2021. Get your tickets at PoconoRaceway.com.
Looking for ways to show your marksmanship? Take a whack with the axe at Pocono Axe Works near Hawley. It's a great way to get out with friends or family and really test your aim. With 12 lanes for axe throwers, Pocono Axe Works is the perfect place to get together and really chop some wood.
Come on out, hurl some hatchets.
Book your next session at PoconoAxeThrowing.com.
Welcome back. There are so many ways to explore the Pocono Mountains by car, train, plane, boat, and bike. And today we're taking you to a trail that has it all. River views, wildlife, historic ruins. You can stop at several of our small towns. All right, let's go get geared up and head on out. Our first stop, Pocono Biking in Jim Thorpe, where we pick up a new set of wheels.
Are you guys going to be going on the shuttle or just taking it out on the trail?
Just heading out on the trail.
All right, perfect.
They take the time to make sure your ride is the perfect size and fit.
So we offer rental bikes, everything from cabooses for kids as young as 2, all the way up to e-bikes if, say, grandma wants to come, but she can't quite keep up like she used to.
Although the extra assist does sound tempting for someone like me who hasn't been on a bike in years, we'll take the standard for a spin. Next, over the river and through the woods to the D&L Trail we go. We're immediately surrounded by the sights and sounds of nature, with the Lehigh River on one side and this old coal canal on the other.
It's perfect. I mean, it's everything I want as like a city person looking to get out and see new things and find new adventures.
We pedal past historic ruins related to the Industrial Revolution, train tracks, and wildlife.
There's plenty of wildlife, all the way from black bears down to butterflies.
No bear sightings to report here, but at one point we did encounter this. The Delaware and Lehigh Trail is currently 140 miles long, running through 5 Pennsylvania counties from Luzerne to Bucks. Carbon County's section is fully connected, allowing for a continuous, uninterrupted ride.
We have a lot of folks that come out to walk their dogs. Running is a perfect place for fishing, bird watching.
A unique feature, the trail provides easy on and off access to explore award-winning small towns and all they have to offer, from shopping to entertainment to dining.
We're seeing so many more folks coming to visit the towns and get into the businesses, learn more about the local businesses rather than just the box stores.
Chantilly Goods in Weisport is one of the D&L's trail-friendly businesses, offering free water bottle refills, a bike rack, and repair kit. This old-fashioned soda fountain is a great place to take a break.
I know if I were out on the trail, I would want to be able to stop somewhere and get something fresh and cool, and why not provide that for other people?
Pedal a bit further and you'll reach uncommon grounds at the mill, serving fresh coffee, crepes, and more.
All throughout the week, of course on the weekends, people will pop in on their bikes and they come in and they'll grab an iced coffee or like a fruit shake up, and it's a great stop for them.
If one day on the trail just isn't enough, Pocono Biking offers 2- and 4-day trips. The Inn at Jim Thorpe is one place to stay overnight.
We've got an old Victorian hotel that dates from 1849. It's one of the oldest buildings in town that still exists.
Grab some food and drinks next door at the Broadway Grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
Jim Thorpe's one of the most historic towns in America. What's great about it is it's well preserved. It's architecturally intact.
From the town back to the trail, a trip on the DNL will never get old, with each section offering something new.
And we're staring at screens all the time. It's really nice to put down the tablet, turn off the monitor, turn off the TV, and really spend some time outdoors.
True to this saying, it's like riding a bike. I got the hang of it pretty quick. This was my first time on the DNL, but certainly not the last. So what are you waiting for? Start planning your trip, and we'll see you on the trail. For Pocono Television Network, I'm Brianna Strunk.
Still to come on Pocono Mountains Magazine, we're going for a rail bike tour with the newest venture here in the Pocono Mountains along the beautiful Lackawaxen River.
Plus, a pop of color has come to the Poconos as part of a month-long celebration.
From birds to birdies, nature and golf go hand in hand in the Pocono Mountains. Tee off across the region and save by purchasing a Golf Around card and play twice at participating courses for just $30 per round, card included. Find out more information at PoconoMountains.com.
Nice.
There's always something cooking at Pocono Organics. One of the largest regenerative organic farms in North America is much more than just a farm. From a fresh market cafe to a full line of CBD products, special event weekends, and cooking classes with a chopped champion chef, Pocono Organics has it all. Check out the events page at PoconoOrganics.com and find your next fun day out.
Hey everyone, it's Jim Hamill, and for this June episode of Pocono Mountains Magazine, it's summertime in the Poconos, and so that means summer camps. And so we're taking a little tour of some of the cooler camps in the area that feature all kinds of fun things for kids to do throughout the year. Today, we're at Camp IHC in Northern Wayne County. Look at this beautiful spot here. We're also going to visit International Sports Training Camp to get the lowdown on how important these camps are for the Poconos economy. For generations, the Pocono Mountains has been home to arguably the biggest number of summer camps in the country, with 36 in Wayne County alone, and plenty more throughout the rest of the Poconos. The camp industry has been a major part of the fabric of the region. Take Camp IHC north of Honesdale, for instance, around for 85 years, and looking forward to welcoming campers back for the first season since the pandemic put summer camps on pause.
It gave us that moment for pause and reflection, and I think that now that we're ready to open, we're doing it in a way that, is even better than it's ever been before.
Lauren Rutkowski and her husband Joel are ready to welcome kids back for the upcoming season with plenty of health safety protocols in place to ensure kids stay safe, and so does the community.
There's so many people that also rely on the camping industry to be vibrant, right? Not just the camp owners, but like you say, the local community relies on it too.
Local and state leaders recognize that economic impact as well, in the many millions of dollars, supporting jobs and a culture of helping raise well-rounded children.
When you think about us being the summer camp capital of the world, it's a story worth repeating, and it's one I've shared with many of my colleagues about the economic impact, but the impact to children and their families, the impact that goes multiple down the road to suppliers, the food service industry, our local farms, to the construction industry. It's just magnificent.
Same story at International Sports Training Camp in the Tannersville area, teaching life lessons through sports for 30 years now.
We're so excited for the kids to get back here this summer, to be outdoors, playing sports, and just getting back to being together. We have about 325 children per week, and we're a one-week camp. So you check in on Sunday, and then you have the option of checking out either on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So it's just a week-long, fun time with friends and learning new skills.
This camp is also primed for the first season back in business following COVID-19, gearing up with staff including counselors, lifeguards, coaches, as well as dining services and maintenance.
Unfortunately, last year with COVID, we weren't able to operate, so we are so excited to be operating this year. Again, we're taking all the precautions. It's going to be safety first, but we're lucky enough that our venue is outdoors and that kids can run and play again.
Whether it's 1 week or 7, these summer camps are ready to welcome kids back for the season and thankful to still be as important to the Poconos as ever.
What's important, for people to hear is that the camps are really grateful for the support of the local community. We couldn't be at the top of our game without the support of the local community. And that encompasses so many people. So we're grateful, we're thankful, and we look forward to a really vibrant future ahead.
Want to learn more? Head to PoconoMountains.com and search summer camps. Jim Hamill for the Pocono Television Network.
In this next segment, we're taking a tour of the Poconos, showing you a place where you and the family can come and have an up-close and personal experience with animals. Come with us as we show you around Claws and Paws. Bobcats, birds, bears, and plenty of other animals are waiting to meet you at Claws and Paws Wild Animal Park in Lake Ariel.
Well, the panthers are my favorite here, and a lot of other animals, but that one's my top favorite.
Claws and Paws is now open for the season, 7 days a week, weather permitting, through October.
All the animals are really cool, but I don't know which one's my second favorite, so I'm thinking about it.
Feed Jethro, the giraffe, who loves chowing down on carrots. And don't forget about his little friend Yodel, the donkey. Hold him like this, you said?
Yep.
Then, if you're feeling brave enough, grab some apples and become one with the Lori parrots. It's like a little massage on my head. Claws and Paws opened in the early 70s, starting small and expanding over time. Today, there are thousands of animals in all shapes and sizes.
We have cockroaches from Madagascar that are this big, up until we have the giraffe and the camel and everything in between.
I found one! Yeah!
And kids will love spending time in the dino dig.
I was digging for dinosaurs so I can keep one of them.
With interactive activities and informational signs all over the park, this is meant to be an educational experience for all ages.
I'm a hiker, so I love to get out in the woods when I can, and just seeing some of the animals that I might possibly encounter, or learn a little bit more about the ones that I have no desire to find on the trail. Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Claws and Paws is home to several rehabbed animals, like this great horned owl. Too injured to return to the wild, this is their second shot at life.
They usually do very well once they get adjusted to the surroundings.
And a lot of work goes into decorating the animals' homes. Fallen trees become furniture, while donated fire hose helps make hammocks and play sets.
Since we are the ones that take care of the animals, we see them every day, we know what they like, and we try new things with them.
So come take a walk on the wild side while the animals lounge and love.
I think it's really great.
For Pocono Television Network, I'm Brianna Strunk.
Coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine, we're going biking, but not the kind you're used to. This is a whole new adventure along the railroad next to a beautiful Pocono River.
It's an enchanted experience for kids and a calming one for you. Find out more about this magical place coming up on Pocono Mountains Magazine.
I never expected that was my heart.
It's a very technical operation. It's an open heart. We're in the Poconos, so the fact that you guys saved my wife's life, it's amazing.
In healthcare, we've shown many, many times that if you have a caring partner, it's a lot easier.
When we had the need, you guys answered the call.
Captain Steve here with Troll On Guide Service.
Getting ready to go out on Lake Wallenpaupack here on a striper trip here early season. A lot of it's just being out in nature, just getting out and enjoying the day and catching some fish and having a good time.
Book a trip with Captain Steve today. Call 570-394-8555 or visit trollonguideservice.com.
Welcome back to Pocono Mountains Magazine. We're so glad you could stick with us. I'm one of your hosts, Brianna Strunk. We are back in the East Stroudsburg University studio for another month, this time talking all about Pride Month. It spans the entire month of June. Here to talk all about that and more is Skip Sheets, Mike Marino, and Eric Deemer. They're all local activists for the LGBTQ community, so we're so glad that you could be here to chat with us today.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Thanks for having us.
So let's start with Skip. Talk to us a little bit about the history of Pride Month.
Well, it gets complicated, but it's very simple, actually. It was 1969, the year the moon landing took place. The Stonewall was a bar in New York City, and back then, if you were gay in a bar or dressed as a drag queen, you were arrested, put in paddy wagons, taken to jail. They'd have to release you, but it was a humiliation. So the one night, there was a few people at the bar dressed in drag. They got fed up with it, and they locked the door, locked themselves in, which a big riot ensued. Now, if you talk to anybody who was gay at the time, everybody was there, thousands and thousands of people. I don't know how many people were there, but over 100,000 people outside the riot. And that was the catalyst, that was the spark that initiated it. And then a year later, actually, people got together and had their first Pride event on Christopher Street in New York City. And it was like, it wasn't really a parade, but it was like a festival. It was the first event. And from that, it grew. And then through the years, until about the 80s, early 80s is when the HIV epidemic started. So when AIDS started, that really got the community together under a fight to battle a disease that was not being funded by the government. And local initiatives were raised, parties were held. And I was talking to the guys beforehand, Michael and Derek, they go out at night to clubs. We went out to funerals back in those days. Everything was focused on the epidemic, and it brought us together in a sense, but it was a very difficult time. So I'm much older, I'm 73 years old, and I've been married. I've been with my husband now for 34 years, and so we're very lucky. But it was much different back then. So things have drastically turned around because of gay marriage and acceptance. But I think really the problem and the thing that Pride addresses, if you watch some of the TV programs on television that have gay characters, they take stereotypes and magnify them. So even a child in school today, I think they still have a lot of prejudice and bullying because of conceived atypical traits of a gay person, which isn't true. I don't know anybody like on our, what's that program, the family thing?
Modern Family?
Modern Family, yeah. I don't know where it's modern because I don't know anybody who acts like that. You know, I have a lot of gay friends that are married, that have families and children. I don't know anybody who has that type of household, not one. So really, it's not relevant to what's real in the community. So I think the idea of Pride is a chance for at least us to celebrate our lifestyle openly, which is important.
So history-wise, we've come a long way, but there's more work to do.
A lot of work to do, but it's much better today, much, much better. And because of the Chamber of Commerce and their courage to have an LGBTQ business council as part of it, is addressing these issues, putting up flags, for example, Main Street. I had a lot of straight friends say to me, "What's all those flags?" And I explained to them, I said, "That's great. You know, it's a great thing." So little things like that are big things.
Yes.
For public awareness.
Of course.
Yes.
Great point. So, of course, Mike Marino is with the Pocono Chamber of Commerce, the LGBTQ plus Business Council of the Pocono Chamber of Commerce has spearheaded the first Pride Fest for the region, happening in June during Pride Month. So tell us a little bit about that and the effort behind that, Mike.
Absolutely. So this has been an effort going on for a little bit over 2 years now. Of course, we had a little bit of a setback with the COVID-19 pandemic, but we are in full force this year, in the year of 2021, going forth within the heart of the Poconos, Stroudsburg, right in Courthouse Square. We have the full support of the borough, and we're really excited to bring this opportunity to multiple vendors and multiple businesses and for the community at large.
And it's a really good way for people of the LGBTQ plus community to get together, but also people outside the community, right?
Absolutely. You know, the Pocono Mountains region is just situated perfectly between Philadelphia and New York City, as well as the Lehigh Valley, so it just gives the opportunity to provide tourists with the opportunity to come and experience what the Poconos has to offer.
And people from those areas might be, coming to the festival because, as you said earlier, a lot of those other events are canceled, but the Pocono Chamber of Commerce is committed to keeping those events alive, correct?
Absolutely. You know, we have a very strong team, a very strong committee. I'd like to thank our chairmans and co-chairmans and our volunteers for just trusting the Chamber to push forward, as well as the backing of the Visitors Bureau, to follow all restrictions, all COVID-19 rules set forth by the PA Department of Health and the CDC, and we're doing everything in our power to make sure it's a safe environment for all.
And Eric has really been a big force in bringing pride flags to Main Street and beyond to kind of raise awareness during Pride Month specifically. So talk a little bit about that effort, Eric.
So getting the pride flags put up into Stroudsburg Borough is something that I did in near the end of Pride Month in 2019. It took a while to get things moving, and I'm grateful for the sponsors who purchased the flags and all the people who were able to make it happen. And it made the whole town look wonderful. I actually received tons of feedback, handwritten letters from some older folks who were just really happy to see that their town is now coming around to support them. And so it's little things. It gets a conversation started. Hey, what does that flag mean? And then you Google it or you talk to someone, and then you get to the bottom of it. And it's a little unusual for me to see that it's not something that was already done. So now we got it started, and I think it's here to stay.
Yeah, those flags are definitely a great addition to Main Street. They really make the town pop in color. So we thank you for your efforts with that. And Eric, Mike, and Skip, we still have a lot more to talk about. Thank you so much for being here. But first, we want to take you to a place in the Poconos. It's really a hidden gem, and it's a great place for the LGBTQ plus community. It's been around for decades. So we want to show you a little feature on Rainbow Mountain Resort in Smithfield Township. Take a look at what they're doing. Jovan Dargan is preparing for a busy night at Rainbow Mountains nightclub.
It's a big family.
Jovan says this resort feels like home to him and many others in the LGBTQ plus community.
Some people literally just come here to have a drink and feel safe, and that makes me feel good. So that's basically my job. It's not just to serve them, it's to make them feel safe.
Since 1981, Rainbow Mountain in Smithfield Township has served as a getaway spot and judgment-free zone for the LGBTQ plus community.
The resort was actually started by two lesbians. They wanted to create a safe haven for the community, and they did, and it's been 40 years, and we are still a safe haven for the community. Everyone is included.
The 26-acre property has more than 50 rooms, including quaint cabins and secluded glamping spots. The resort is known for its dining, dance floor, scenic views, outdoor pool, and entertainment.
I have had drag queens, drag kings, cirque performers, fire performers, anything possible that you can think of, we have had it here.
The main building dates back to 1902 when the property got its start as a truck stop, then eventually transitioned into the Sky High Lodge, marketed as the highest resort in the area, overlooking miles of mountain range. Although the resort's name and customer base have since changed, outstanding hospitality is still #1. And Rainbow Mountain's new owners have worked to renovate and modernize the property.
And everybody has just given us a lot of support over the years.
Back at the nightclub, Jovan says there's still a lot of work to be done when it comes to raising awareness and creating an inclusive environment for the LGBTQ community. Even he has learned a lot.
We assume that because we're a part of the community, that we understand the trans community as equally as we do the gay community or the lesbian community. This place has taught me a lot that I guess I did not know. So now I feel like I belong more, if that makes sense.
And while the community work continues, Rainbow Mountain will always be here for those who need a home.
Anybody who is here has gone through the same journey as someone else and can always provide advice, be a shoulder to cry on, be a support system.
And there you have it, a little about Rainbow Mountain Resort, a really great place for the LGBTQ plus community. But of course, the goal is to make the entire business community in the Poconos an inclusive place for the community. So Mike Marino is the liaison for the LGBTQ plus Business Council of the Pocono Chamber of Commerce. Tell us a little bit about that business council and the work you're doing.
Absolutely. So the business council at the Pocono Chamber is actually quite in its infancy. We garnered a lot of the work from our partners down in Lehigh Valley and thought that what's missing here in the Poconos, an LGBTQ plus business council. So about a year and a half ago, we started just canvassing the area, who's doing the good work for the LGBTQ plus community. And here you have it, Eric Deemer, Skip Sheets, Benny Vucaj of Novus ACS. And we kind of just put it out there. Is there a need for an LGBTQ plus business council? And to my surprise, there's a huge need. There was a huge hole where needs weren't being met for either LGBTQ plus business councils, businesses, or just the community at large. So the work essentially is, what can we do on behalf of the community? And so initially we were looking to bring in education surrounding the transgender community, education surrounding races within the community that are still discriminated against, such as the Asian and Black community. So with that, we updated our flags from just regular pride flags to progressive pride flags. So they now include black, brown, light blue, and pink, as well as white, to identify all of those communities that weren't represented within the original pride flag. Also hosting Community Day, where it brings in nonprofits who can educate people who come over and want to learn more about the community itself. And then now the Pride Festival. So we're really excited to be hosting such a huge event right in the center of town, basically highlighting that Stroudsburg and the Pocono Mountain region is a bustling LGBTQ plus hub where people can feel comfortable shopping here, people can feel comfortable working here, and visiting for tourism.
And Eric, speaking of businesses, if somebody is watching this, say they're an employee or a business owner in the Pocono region or beyond, give some tips on how they can be more welcoming and inclusive to the LGBTQ community and people who might come in to visit their businesses.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of little things that you can do to make your business a lot more friendly for the LGBTQ community. One thing that's simple to do is simply put a pride sticker in the window of your business. It's a small thing, but we pick up on it. And it's just a little signifier that this is a safe place to go into. It's weird to have to think like that in 2021, but that's still the way it is. Some other things that you can do if you want to make your shoppers more comfortable and more invited into your business is to simply familiarize yourself with pronouns. It's a new thing. Pronouns have always been around, he, her, they, them, those kinds of things. However, customer service, when you're training employees, it's not always part of the training. And it's the direct way that you communicate with your shoppers. So I would encourage business owners to familiarize themselves with, say, they, them pronouns and just an understanding of how to talk to non-binary customers.
Really great information. And Skip, earlier in the segment, you talked about the history, and we really have come a long way, but there's still more work to be done in the community.
A lot of work. I think this idea of talking, asking questions, ask people what they'd like to be called. For an example, my husband, we own a hair salon, and he was doing an individual 2 weeks ago, a young man who was identifying maybe as cross-gendered or questioning, and Michael did his hair, and he was touching him, and at one point, he's 16 years old, got very emotional and said nobody had touched him in a whole year and a half since they had panic. Nobody touched his face, his head, nobody's hugged him. And after it was over, Michael gave him a big hug, and the father was there. And the family was close, but they weren't touchy-feely. And when they left, the father was hugging the son. A big moment for, that family. So don't be afraid to ask questions. My favorite author says there's 3 hardest things for a human being to do. And one is to love in the face of injustice. The other is to admit when you're wrong. But he said the hardest thing for a human being to do is to include the excluded. And I think the thing you'll realize is if you're gay or lesbian or all the other denominations, that we talk about, you're excluded. And to include them in any way, just by a smile, ask a question, what pronoun would you like? It's not offensive. So ask questions, be inclusive. Thank you.
A lot of great information. Yeah. Skip, Mike, Eric, we really appreciate your time coming out today to talk about this important subject. And of course, once again, Pride Month is the month of June, so get out and observe and celebrate and be part of it as much as possible. We thank you all for being here today, and we thank you at home for watching. We'll be right back after this.
Have you been looking for a great job that pays well with great perks?
Check it out. The Poconos has great jobs available right now.
And for many positions, you don't need prior experience. How cool is that?
You can do hotel registration, cashier, dining service, or even a lifeguard.
If you're looking for great pay and fun while you're doing it, the Poconos is the place to be.
So get on board. Go to PoconoMountains.com/jobs and start working today.
Don't miss Explore the Pocono Mountains 350. It's the green flag for 2021. Get your tickets at PoconoRaceway.com.
It's a calming ingredient used in products such as tea, lotion, and candles. The popular herb is grown right here on a unique farm in the Poconos. But before we tell you more about that, let's put on some wings and head outside. Welcome to the Enchanted Fairy Forest.
It was cool.
Say fairies! Fairies! Here, childhood imagination is alive and well, with several interactive fairy scenes.
They like to drink tea, and they have little fairy houses because they need somewhere to eat and play and fly around all day. I see fairies over there.
Kids collect a special token at each station to take home and create their own fairy garden.
This is literally a little twilight land in the middle of the Poconos. This is adorable.
This is a very healthy plant. It made it through the winter nicely.
The Enchanted Fairy Forest is part of the Paradise Lavender Farm, an extension of Ross & Ross Nursery in Cresco. The serene property is all about, you guessed it, lavender.
I think if there was only one herb that you could pick, lavender for most people would be it.
Owner Linda Biesecker says her late friend, Ruth Henry, gifted her this land, which was just an overgrown field up until a few years ago.
I thought I would honor her with lavender because she loved lavender and purple, and that was the inspiration.
Today, the farm boasts 500 lavender plants in 11 varieties. There's plenty of seating, even a spacious tent that you can rent for special events.
This is a very peaceful place right in the middle of the neighborhood. I love it.
If we wish hard enough, the fairy godmothers might allow the plants to be ready in early July, so you can pick your own bundle of lavender. Or purchase some lavender-infused products like soap, syrup, lemonade, and linen spray, all made with herbs from the farm.
Each tiny little bud is a little bit of that precious oil that gives you the smell.
Whether you come for peace or pretend,
I'm with the fairies.
Paradise Lavender Farm is a magical place for all.
People just love it.
The farm is open Thursday through Sunday, and you can even come for lavender-inspired classes. Don't forget while you're here to pick up some lavender-infused products. You can find more information, including hours of operation, on paradiselavenderfarm.com. And now that we're all feeling a little calm, stay tuned because after this break, we're gearing up for adventure.
St. Luke's knows that trust is the foundation of all relationships. It's earned over time. It's the type of relationship you should have with your healthcare team. While our healthcare needs are different, one thing is constant. St. Luke's is focused on building a lasting relationship with you, earning your trust and putting your well-being first. When it comes to great healthcare, trust is essential. St. Luke's, the care you trust, now more than ever.
It's my passion to be around people, to be serving people.
What I would say to others looking to get in the hospitality industry would be to do it. It's a great experience.
I had the opportunity to meet such amazing people from different places.
It's all about the experience and the memories we're creating for our guests, for our visitors.
Pocono hospitality, it's not just our job, it's our passion and our way of life.
Looking for some fun? Hit the trails. Pocono Outdoor Adventure Tours looks forward to getting America outside again. Now open 7 days a week for UTV guided tours. Visit them at their new location at Pocono Raceway, where the action isn't just on the track. For more information and to book online, visit PoconoOutdoorAdventureTours.com.
Welcome back to Pocono Mountains Magazine. I'm Jim Hamill, and the Stourbridge Line Excursion Railroad has been taking folks along the Lackawaxen River for miles for many years now, from Honesdale to Hawley and even to Lackawaxen. But now there's a new game in town that lets you get in the driver's seat of a whole new perspective, enjoying the beautiful Pocono Mountains from a new point of view. It's Soaring Eagle Rail Bike Tours, and they're all new this summer here in the Poconos. Let's take a ride. What do you think, brother? Yeah.
Having been someone who's enjoyed the Pocono Mountains since I was a kid, it's occurred to me and my wife that something that seemed to just be missing was something just like this. It's different, it's fun, it's family fun, and it's outdoors, and even amidst all of the craziness of this pandemic, it's something that we can enjoy safely.
So these rail tours will run all season long up until Halloween, when they have something pretty special planned to spook you while you're out here on the railroad in the dead of night.
Amazing scenery, amazing views of the Lackawaxen River. This is my first rail bike ride ever. A little bit of effort here and there, but for the most part, once you're rolling, it's fairly easy to keep the bike moving.
What it is a bike that is a little bit sort of reclined with pedals out in front of you, and then they come in 2-seaters or 4-seaters. And our guys will load you up on the tracks. They will escort you through for about a 3-mile leisurely bike journey down the tracks along the beautiful Lackawaxen River, which is absolutely gorgeous. There are tons of eagle nests along the way. There's so many sights and sounds, and just a nice leisurely time down the tracks.
Just look at that breathtaking view. You really get a sense of how preserved and beautiful and natural this river corridor has been for generations. You know, this used to be a major part of the D&H Canal, bringing coal from Honesdale that came over the mountain on the Gravity Railroad to market in New York City. And so by pedaling through the Stourbridge Line railroad tracks, you're almost pedaling through time.
we are so excited to be getting started here. Please check us out on our website. That's www.soarin, S-O-A-R-I-N, eagle.com. So www.soarineagle.com. And then check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We'll be posting our pictures of our adventures, and we hope to see you on the rails.
So after about an hour and a half, 2-hour ride, you are back in Hawley, where you can come across the railroad bridge and really enjoy the trip that you had along the Lackawaxen River, seeing eagles and deer and all kinds of beautiful landscapes throughout what are some of the most picturesque spots in the Pocono Mountains. So for Pocono Television Network, I'm Jim Hamill. Thank you for watching. Here we are, Winner's Circle at Pocono Raceway. Brianna, this has been a really wonderful Pocono Mountains magazine with a lot of fun things that we've been up to.
Yeah, this was a great edition. We hope you enjoyed it too, and we hope to see you here at the Tricky Triangle for the NASCAR doubleheader coming up June 25th through the 27th.
And of course, that Sunday race, Explore the Pocono Mountains 350, encouraging everybody to get out, explore the Pocono Mountains. That's 2,400 square miles of tons of fun. And next month, we'll talk all about the fairs and festivals that are coming back to the Poconos this season.
It's an exciting time, and of course, we'll show you all the great food there as well. Thanks for sticking with us for this edition of Pocono Mountains Magazine, and we'll see you again next month.
Did you bring the champagne? I should have brought the champagne.
Oh, I got it. It's back here.
Okay. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the Pocono Tourism YouTube channel and click the bell button below to be the first to watch new videos. You can also click the link on the screen to watch more episodes of Pocono Mountains Magazine.